Good morning, YouTube. This is Econ K88, and I'm just north of downtown Toledo. This is another video in my multi-part series regarding parks and Toledo's empty parks and the parks levy that's now officially going to be on the ballot this November, which will steal $3 million per year for 10 years, $30 million. And then also, once a government entity gets its hands on money for 10 years, you might as well just consider it permanent, because by that time, most people will just continue voting for it because it will only be a renewal. And the government media machine will use scare tactics and other methods, horse trading, to keep its paws on that money. This is Grange Street and Oneida, and this is part of the Toledo Parks. This is called Toledo Grows, I believe. Cool idea, you know, and I'm not here to say it isn't, but I'd rather see it funded by private monies. This used to be just an empty park here. I think it was Oneida Park at one time. So now they've created this. Actually, this is run by the Metro Parks. I stand corrected. Toledo Botanical Garden and the Metro Parks, which is also funded by its own levy. See here, they're growing some vegetables, some sunflowers. Interesting. Definitely has brightened the neighborhood a bit. But my point is that since we have that, why do we need more parks? Why do we need more money for parks? The answer is we don't. And I'm hoping that a majority of Toledo voters will let the levy requesters know that this November. And if you are considering voting for the Toledo parks, first of all, I think you need your head examined. Secondly, get out and drive around a little bit if you don't want to watch all my videos. And I'm not going to cover all of the parks in Toledo anyway, because that would probably take a year, because there are 146 parks in Toledo, and that's not counting the Metro parks. So you can see over there, that is there's a playground over there. There's a low-income housing area. I believe it's called the Cherry Woods. And pretty much every low-income housing apartment area has its own playground. So again, there's debunks the con that will be used that poor people don't have places to recreate throughout the city. And actually, it's called Greenbelt Place now. I'm sorry. Name has been changed at least a couple times. But they'll have all the bells and whistles attached to this levy, that it's gonna just turn this area into a very prosperous and fun place to live. This is definitely one of Toledo's most impoverished neighborhoods. I'm on Erie and LaGrange basically now. So something else I wanted to get out there is I think that one of the reasons why Councilman Steve Steele and Councilwoman Lindsay Webb want this parks levy is TPS tore down several schools in the last decade. and a lot of the schools were not rebuilt. This site that you're looking at now is the site of formerly LaGrange School, and now it's pretty much an empty lot. And I noticed one clue here: they left the playground equipment standing when they tore the school building down. So I'm asking, why did they do that? If they ever had intentions on selling this land, why would TPS want to keep this property since they decided not to rebuild a school here? Here's another empty house. That's 706 Elm. See, the grass is neck high, and over here is another lot where the grass is at least neck high. And another empty house there. That's probably a tear down. And then there's some more playground equipment. So there has to be a plan here, otherwise they would have removed this playground equipment, I think. So I'm betting that if this parks levy passes, which I sure hope it doesn't, of course, if it passes, I think we can expect to see a lot of these former school sites turned into parks. Because really no one would want to buy this property. I guess about the only thing that could be built on it would be more low-income housing. So, something to think about, and of course we're not going to be told that prior to the levy, because that would definitely get some more folks on the no side. So if you watch these videos and you live in Toledo, please spread the word to your friends, your neighbors, your family, your co-workers. Spread it around Facebook. Let's get a quick look at this neighborhood. Like I said, this is definitely an impoverished neighborhood here. Just don't think a lot of these guys are going to go to parks to recreate, regardless of how many parks are built. Some more, that's not even neck-high grass, that's like over top of our heads. A couple cats running around. Guy there a little pissed off at my driving, but I really don't care. I hope he had fun beating me to the stop sign by about 50 feet. So that's it for this one. This is Econ Kate 88 signing off from Toledo's Empty Parks.